Hi, welcome to Mr. Hennessy's geometry class. Today is St. Patrick's Day, so I hope that you're wearing green. George over here is not wearing green, so I'm afraid he is going to get pinched several times. Our cameraman today is Luke. He does have green on, so he's going to be okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is start chapter 9 today. So this is new material. You can hit pause whenever you want to. I'm going to keep going right along. I will not pause. All right, so a rectangle, the formula for area, that's what we're looking at, geometric shapes and formulas. And all we're doing is looking for area on all these different shapes. So the area of a rectangle is equal to base times height. In this case, they gave us the base, which is 3x. They would have to also give you the area because they did not give us a height. So let's say they told you the area was 12x squared. Then this is the way you would set it up to be able to find the height of your rectangle. You would divide both sides by 3x. That would give you 4x is equal to the height, and that actually is your answer. This rectangle is 3x by 4x, which if you multiply them together does give you 12x squared. The second one we're looking at is a parallelogram. Funny thing is, this is the only time this happens is where shapes are different and yet they have the same formula. That's very unusual. And that's because you can take this triangle, move it down here, and you can actually make a rectangle out of the parallelogram. So that's why that happens. Okay, so it's base times height. So area equals, the base is 10. The height, always look for the right angle, that little black box. So height is 4. Don't use the 5. It's not the height. So 10 times 4 would be 40, so A equals 40. You look at what your mark is, it's feet, n squared. Okay, the next one is a triangle. For a triangle, the formula for area is area equals base times height divided by 2. So the base would be 12. The height would be the altitude, which is 8. And we have to remember to divide that by 2. Again, your base and height, even when they give you weird looking triangles, are always going to meet at the right angle. So 12 times 8 divided by 2 would give you 48. And again, this is in inches, so it would be 48 inches squared. Now that's a triangle. For a trapezoid, the shape's changing, so the formula is going to change again. So it's A equals B1 plus B2 times the height, all divided by 2. Trapezoids are kind of funny looking things. They don't match with anybody else. They're kind of lonely shapes. They're the ones that have to sit at the lunch table by themselves. And they also have a weird formula. 14 would be called base 1. Base 1 and base 2, that's what B1 and B2 stand for, are always parallel to each other. So even if they turn the picture, always look for the parallel sides to put inside your parentheses. So in here, I'm going to put 8 plus 14 times, again, the height is always going to meet where the right angle is, so that's 6. And then all divided by 2. Now you have to be careful in your calculator to add the 8 plus 14 together first before you try to multiply it by 6. So 8 plus 14 would give you 22. Times that by 6 and divide by 2 will give you 66. Look at your unit, it's feet squared. And so that is for a trapezoid. Now, you might have all these before. Now we're going to go to a rhombus. And a rhombus, swing around here, is a little bit different. Remember, a rhombus has all 4 sides equal, and it meets at a right angle in the middle. So if you want to find the area for a rhombus, by the way, D1 equals 16. D1 would be the diagonal that goes all the way across. So D1 16. D2 is a diagonal that goes the other way, all the way across. The formula is A equals D1 times D2, all divided by 2. So then you put A equals, D1 is 16, D2 is 10, divided by 2. So it's kind of like a triangle a little bit, because actually there are 4 triangles there. 16 times 10 is 160, divided by 2 is 80. And so 80, and I put feet on here again, so 80 feet squared. All right, so that would be pretty simple. A kite is almost the same thing. D1, 20 feet. D1 goes all the way across through the middle like here. D2 is the other diagonal going across here. And again, what you do is you take A equals D1 times D2 and divide it by 2. So A would equal 20 times 8 divided by 2. So the area would equal 80. And I put feet again on that one. Feet squared. That just happened to come out the same. That's a total coincidence. It's just weird. So we're going to do one more with a kite so that you can see it, because sometimes they don't give you all the information that you would like. Right here they tell you that this is 6. Well, if this is 6, then we learned before with kites, if this is 6, then the bottom has to be 6. Unfortunately, they don't give us this diagonal here, which we need to find the area. So in order to find this, you're going to have to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I'm going to use the 6 and the 10. So 6 squared would be 36 plus b squared equals 10 squared, which is 100. Subtract 36 from both sides, we get b squared equals 64. Take the square root of both sides, we get b equals 8. So now I know that this part right here is 8. I'm going to do the same thing over again to find out how long it is from here to here. So you use the 6 and the 15 and this one here. So this would be, to me, this would be the b squared. So I'm just going to start it. I'm going to let you finish it. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. My a is 6, so that would be 36. I don't know my b. 15 squared would be 225. So I'm going to let you finish this on your own, but once you find out what b is, you'll put it in here, and then you'll be able to add 8 plus whatever you get, times 12, which is what you're going to get here, and you'll just follow this formula through, and then you'll be able to find the area for it. But you do need to use Pythagorean theorem sometimes. And that covers everything you need to know, and your homework will be at the bottom of the video. Thanks. Hope you have a great day. Remember to wear green.